Okay, so welcome you three to the 2020 driver livery briefings. Now, this is where you're going to bring forward to us your new liveries for the 2020 season. And please, I know you all have some somewhat stale and overused liveries over the years, so please try to bring something fresh to the table, and we should be just fine. So, Ferrari, why don't we start with you? Yeah, we have one. It's red. Okay, that's fair, I guess. Yeah, and it has shell on the side because it's been a pretty long partnership. UPS too. They help us ship things around the world, so I mean they have to be there. So and obviously UV rays are extremely damaging to the driver's eyes, so we're gonna need a Ray-Ban on there as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This is sounding extremely similar to the old liveries you've had for the past few years. We can always just change the way the numbers look. It's super easy. Yeah. Okay. Let's just move on. Red Bull, what do you have for us? Yeah. Yeah. Totally. What's going on here, dude? We're discussing the change to the livery you're bringing for the 2020 season. Just what have you got? Oh yeah, totally, dude. I feel you there, but we've got a pretty tight look going right now. So kind of change that, but we can maybe 2 weeks before the season have a really cool car and people really excited about it, really stoked, dude, and yeah, I mean, it'll look pretty cool. But when the season starts, we're probably just gonna have to go back to what we've always been doing. So yeah, that's about all we got. Okay, I guess that's progress, I guess, in a way. Mercedes, what do you have for us, at least? Oh, the gradient of stars wasn't a big enough change? We thought that would be enough, really. Nope, we're going to need something a bit more to really get the fans excited, just kind of maybe push the boundaries a bit. Fair enough. What exactly do we see in ourselves? What do we see in us? In us. I think we've got it. Great. Let's see it. Come on. Sure. A big drum roll, please. This is a big moment. Well, that's great. This meeting is done. You three are hopeless. You're hopeless. So what is going on, you Tilke drones? As you can tell from that intro and by the title of this video, you can probably tell what we are talking about today. We are going to be doing another livery redesign, this time of the 2020 Mercedes F1 car, because I put a poll up on Twitter asking you guys what you wanted me to do next as a livery redesign, and the resounding answer was to do the 2020 Mercedes, and that is exactly what we did. And if you didn't catch the last video with the lovely hat that my girlfriend got for me, which obviously isn't this one, she also got me a shirt, which is also very nice and thoughtful of her. It also has the logo on the back with the Twitter handle. I'll pop that up on screen so you guys can go ahead and follow me on Twitter. But what a lovely gift. Thanks again, babe. So now just a quick run through the years to see how this livery has evolved. Of course, Mercedes started out in the sport in 2010, and from 2010 to 16, it was relatively unchanged, extremely bland, extremely boring, and just 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 were just snooze fests, pretty much. They were extremely boring cars. But then in 2017, Mercedes decided to have some fun with the car, with these very thin, swooping teal lines going throughout the car, making it just look like the air was flowing around the chassis. They did a very similar design in 2018, and then 2019 was like an absolute stunning car with the glowing teal through the car and just just beautiful stuff if you ask me. And then with 2018, in my opinion, they took a bit of a step back, but that's what we're going to be talking about right now. Let's head on over to the computer and see exactly how I changed things a bit. So quickly looking at the 2019 car, this, in my opinion, of all of the 11 liveries they've had so far, including 2020, is my favorite. It's when they introduced that gradient style of stars behind the car, really bringing some attention to the back of the car and adding a nice contrast. And you see here the glowing line that flows through just looks very spaceship-like and very sleek. This, by far, is my favorite. Now, looking at the 2020 rendition of what they did, to me, it's a bit of a step back. And three things to kind of look at here are the way they changed the line, the swooping line. It's like a solid teal color. I really enjoyed the glowing look. And another thing I've never understood is why AMG is all the way up here in the nose cone. That makes absolutely zero sense to me. And we're going to have to address the big red elephant in the room. The INEOS badge looks like it was literally drawn on. If you didn't notice in the sketch I did before, the reason I drew and wrote INEOS on the shirt instead of printing out the logo is because it was basically a throwback to this, saying it literally looks like they just slapped it on last minute. And to those of you who caught that, I'm very proud of you, but we're going to have to fix that. So just keep in mind, the three things we're looking to change here are the swooping line going through the car, the AMG logo placement, and the INEOS horrible, just bad design. Okay, so here is the original Photoshop file that I started with this car. As we stated before, that flowing line I'm not a huge fan of, INEOS branding and AMG. So first up, we're gonna fill this thing in just a little bit. We kind of took away all of the swooping lines and everything like that. It's just a plain blank car. And one thing I'll point out is look how horribly they implemented the INEOS badge onto the car. Like this is the original file. You can see the onion skin from how they just kind of slapped it on to their file. It looks pretty bad if you ask me. But one thing I did try to do is I tried to completely mask the car up, but all these little stars were just impossible to do that. So this is kind of what we're working with here. So let's just start out by filling in the parts that we wanted to do first. So the first thing that we wanted to keep in mind was the side pod and the nose. I kind of worked in that glowing line just a little bit here. I wanted to bring that back because, as I said before, the solid teal line just was not doing it for me. I wanted to make things glow. I know it looks a bit sloppy right now, but it'll clean itself up eventually. So let's bring in our first sponsor here, which is the Petronas logo. Obviously has to be on the side of the car right there. I wanted to do the black only, just because to me it looks the sleekest in my opinion. So that works well for me there. Obviously, we need to put on the Petronas icon as well. I feel like this kind of flows nicely together with the teal and the white. In my opinion, it fills in that side of the car just a little bit very nicely as well. And the other thing we wanted to look at was the placement of the AMG logo. As we know, it was here for some weird reason because AMG is the engine. That is the engine partner that Mercedes has. So what we did instead was we popped it right down here where the lines kind of converge and swoop together. I think it looks incredibly sleek and really nice. And now moving on to the INEOS badge as well, because this is just horrible. Really easy fix to me was to just put it across the entire car, make it look like it's flowing with the car and kind of coming out of the airbox area and swooping back. And if we put in the INEOS badge, I think that is a much better implementation of that logo, because before it was just yikes. And going through just the rest of the sponsors that Mercedes has, I wanted to put the Primax logo, which was originally in a very small location down here. I put it up here. It's more out of the way. I wanted to keep the side of the car a bit less busy, so that is why that is up there now. IWC as well. It was originally on the end plate of the front wing. Did not look nice at all there for me, so I took out the text underneath and just popped it on the rear wing as well, because it's not very cool logo. It's just kind of there, and you can kind of sit there and forget about it a little bit. AMD, we moved up to where AMG was because it doesn't make any sense for it to be anywhere else. It's just kind of a slapped on logo. You guys make great processors. Just stay on the nose cone. It's fine. Epson, we put Epson down on the end plate of the front wing because, again, it makes sense for it to be there. It's a nice lengthy, long, simple logo. I think it looks just fine right there. So that is the final livery that I came up with. And also, just a disclaimer, every video I make, when I say this, there's comments down below saying that X team would never do this. I know this team would never do what I'm designing right now. They obviously have sponsors that want to be more prevalent, that pay more money to be more prevalent. I'm just here to make the car look kind of cool, and I hope you guys like it as well. And just as a bit of a side note, looking at the original car here, if you look at the rims, you can see it's teal, and my friend Dan pointed out, why are those teal? It looks incredibly tacky. So as you can see, I made them white, and it looks a lot better. So thank you, Dan. I appreciate you pointing that out. So here is the original and the one that I came up with. I'm really stoked about this. It looks really sleek, much nicer in my opinion. Again, I doubt Mercedes would ever go for something like this, but I had some fun with it and I think it looks pretty good. So thank you very much, guys, for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like the livery that I came up with. I'll be sure to put a poll over on my Twitter, which you can go follow at the Apex F1. Vote and let me know what you guys thought of this livery, since we can't really do polls on YouTube anymore. But thanks again so much, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to lick the stamp, send that subscribe button, like and leave a comment down below what you thought of this livery. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. And she also got me a mug, which is also really nice because I love mugs, and now I have a mug too, so I'm all decked out.